brush cutter is a powerful implement capable of turning even the hardest jobs into a piece of cake. Brush cutters can range in many different shapes and sizes, from simple designs to more complex ones. Creating a brush cutter is no simple process, but with the right amount of engineering, careful construction, and meticulous testing, an exemplary product can be produced. Building a brush cutter starts at the basic step of assessing a problem and simply finding a solution. Finding a solution that works can be a whole lot harder than it seems. Every cutter needs to be designed in a very particular way to solve the problem it was intended to. Here at Rutt Manufacturing, our design team builds the parts on CAD. After several iterations of parts and designs, we save the final, most efficient version. Once the cutter has been fully designed, it reaches our cutting department. This step of the process involves cutting the parts on our plasma tables. Our decks and blade holders are all made completely in-house. Some of the parts that go into building a cutter need to be milled out down to 1/1000th of an inch. Here, we run several CNC mills and lathes to produce the most precise parts. The entire cutting and milling process can become the most time-consuming, depending on the desired product. Once the parts have been cut and milled, they move to the welding stations. Here, decks, blade holders, and excavator mounts are all welded up. This is where a cutter can go from a pile of parts to something closely resembling the final product. After a cutter has been welded, it is transported off-site to be painted. Our attachments are specifically spec'd out to run on the machine that the customer has. This requires us to pair up motors and bearing housings that go along with the auxiliary flow of the customer's machine. This ensures that your cutter will run at peak performance. The motor and bearing housing come together during the first phase of assembly, as well as the blade holders and mulching discs. Once we have the drive units assembled and the decks have been returned, we move to phase 2 of assembly. Here, the drive unit will be attached along with the blade holder. Hydraulics are routed on the cutter, and the decals are added. Once the final product is assembled, it must be tested. Every product that leaves our facility is tested to ensure proper operation. Once it passes inspection, it is ready to ship out or be picked up. That is the entire process from start to finish of making a brush cutter at Rutt Manufacturing. Hopefully this will lend you some insight on your product. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call or visit our website.